Hey comic book fans, Confire Comics here, and we are here to talk about Supergirl episode 5. That's right, it's episode 5, not episode 4. Apparently, episode 4 had a little bit to do with some bombings and some terrorists, and CBS felt that it would have been a little bit insensitive to air that with the events that took place in Paris. Good job, CBS. Let's not piss anybody off. Other than that, you're kind of worried, well, if they're going to skip a whole episode, am I going to be lost? Don't worry, because you're not any more lost than anybody else at this point. I mean, you don't walk into it in the middle of like some type of story going on. There really nothing has changed from that episode to this. I mean, there's not a continuating plot throughout the entire season that they're talking about every single episode. So you're not lost. There's really nothing going on right now. Overall, besides this episode, the stepmom came into town. The stepsister was worried about it because they have issues. Supergirl was having issues with them having issues. Everyone was upset. They had a lot of drama. Doesn't matter. It was boring. Get past all the drama crap and focus on the important things that we want to talk about. Okay. Number one, they introduced a bad guy, and the creation of a bad guy, a supervillain, if you will, Livewire. Livewire is actually a Superman villain, so it was kind of interesting to see that take place. How she was created was very similar to the comics, except without so much the indirect contact with Superman, in this case, Supergirl. And, I mean, it was cool. It was interesting. It was nice to see something a little different instead of an alien. Actually having her fighting some type of a supervillain that was human. So that was kind of cool. She's obviously not really happy with her or with the lady, whatever her name is. I can't even think. The one that I can't stand, who plays her boss. I can't stand her. Calissa Flockhart. I know that name. I can't tell you her actual name in the show. But yeah, so she's not happy with her. She hired her to be this, rock jock. Then she decides to let her go. Except instead of firing her, she forces her to do something she doesn't want to do, which is she's going to go up into the helicopter that they call the Catcopter. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cheesy. They put her in the Catcopter. She gets struck by lightning. Now she's Livewire. It's kind of interesting. I mean, the fact that they, bringing up a supervillain that we've seen in other episodes or in comics, and then something like the animated series, they tried not to make her look exactly the same as what we've seen, which was kind of cool. It was kind of neat to see that. Also, probably the most important thing that came out of this episode was towards the end when Kara's sister finally told the mom that she worked for the organization that they worked for. The mom decided to tell them that the dad, who apparently is dead, I didn't know this until they kind of explained that, he decided to go work for them in order to keep Kara safe so that Kara wouldn't have to go work for them when she was a little kid. So that's interesting. And it also turns out that Hank Henshaw, who we already know is probably not a good dude, had something to do with it. So now we have Kara and her sister knowing something's up with Hank Henshaw, and they're going to do some investigating. So that's interesting. I find that more interesting than the whole episode. Let's see where that goes. Let's continue that. Let's put another, let's roll with that. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that. Other than that, that's about it. There really wasn't a whole lot to talk about in this episode. If you watched it like me, which is when they started talking, having personal issues, you hit fast forward. It was a really quick episode. You wind up being like, wow, it was only about 15 minutes long. So, let us know what you think, guys. Are you watching this? Are you watching Supergirl? Do you have hope for it? I mean, I see glimmers of hope some weeks, and then the other weeks I'm just exhausted by watching it. It just wears me out. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Are you enjoying it? Are you liking it? Let us know. Let us know if it's something you want to watch. If it's something you think they're going to pick up for the season. You think they're going to pick it up again for next year? Or do you think this thing's going to fall off at sweeps? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Other than that, guys, let us know. Until next time, I'm out.